Hello! Hello, YouTube friends! Welcome to my channel, Borderline Hoarderish. My name is Kimberly. I am a mom, a reseller, a lover of art. I live life with a pacemaker, and we're doing Motivational Monday today, or how motivation is sometimes kind of stupid. I'll get to the details in that in just a moment. This video is live with a live chat, and I really wanted to talk today about, first off, how much I love Mel Robbins. She's absolutely amazing. Well, if you guys do not know who she is, I highly suggest you look into it. I'll leave some links down below after I upload this video, because I think she's fabulous. I really do apply a lot of her rules in my own life to basically get shiz done, especially on a Monday. Pretty much. I know that I'm not the only one thinking that finding motivation is sometimes hard. I will get to the chat in just a moment and say hello to everybody. Anybody know what the 5-second rule is? And no, it is not. I'm not talking about the rule of where you drop something on the ground that you're eating and you have 5 seconds to pick it up. Just curious before I get into my ramblings. Also, I do have to keep this live to 30 minutes or less today. It is President's Day, which means my child does not have school today. My daughter normally doesn't have school on Mondays anyways, but he doesn't have school today, and we have to go and run some errands together. So I'm not going to be live for very long today, which is all right. I just might have to talk fast. No, I'm going to say hi to a few people real quick before we get into the goods. To the goods. Woo-wee. Hello, Sanwana. Welcome. Thank you for coming and joining our chat today. Also, welcome to Robert Burke. I appreciate you being here. Just call me Sen. Okay, I'll call you that. All right, so I'm going to get into the goods. I know that there's people who do like to watch the replays and probably don't want to sit here without me getting into it. Because, you know, it's good to be motivated. Start your week off right? Okay. I know I keep saying it's good to be motivated. Hear me out. I took a few notes so that I would remember, just in case my brain goes, you know, I have those squirrel moments. Y'all know me, squirrel moments everywhere. All right, so what is the 5-second rule? The 5-second rule is a tool that helps you in kind of your everyday moments that are maybe more difficult, or you're uncertain about, or that you're fearful of, or just plain making decisions. It can help you in a lot of ways. It helps, you know, honestly, it can help you improve your health, your health and wellness, increasing productivity in your life, you know, whether that's business or even, you know, just parenting or getting stuff done. And then it also helps for sure with procrastination. For sure, hands down, helps with procrastination. So here's how it kind of works. What happens is when you have to do something, your brain, in the matter of literally like 5 seconds, you know, within 5 seconds, your brain is going to start giving you self-doubt. It's going to start coming up with these excuses, you know, of why you don't want to do whatever you want to do. And then when you get into that kind of mode, then you usually, then depending on the person, I guess, or what you have to get done, either put off whatever you're trying to do, or, just continue with the behavior that is happening because you've convinced yourself and gone too far into it. So the rule is really great because in 5 seconds, you start at 5, and count down. You go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you do whatever it is that you need to do. And I know that sounds kind of dumb. Really, it sounds dumb. It sounds easier said. You're like, whatever, Kim. That is silly. But really, you should attempt to do it, because instead of waiting to find the motivation to do whatever it is, so let's say to make a meal or fold the laundry or list, for example, those who are resellers listing. Sometimes I know I have a really hard time in trying to find motivation. And instead of waiting for the motivation or saying, oh, I'll do it this afternoon or whatever it is, you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you just do it. You just do it. You make it, you push yourself to do it, because you're never going to find motivation for certain things in life. So in a way, finding motivation is bunk. It really is, because I'm never going to find the motivation to want to take out my trash. Nope, never going to do it. I'm never going to find motivation to list clothes. You know why? Because I hate it with a passion. I'm never going to find the motivation to do it. So I just need to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and just do it. I'm not, for me, I'm not going to go 100%, into clothes, but, it just shows that, you have to do what you have to do. Another thing about it is, instead of, when you wake up in the morning, instead of putting all the things that are priorities off or trying to get yourself up and then motivated to do it, do the things that are the hardest or the most important first, because you'll really start to feel pretty amazing that you've accomplished something already so early in the day. I don't know about y'all, but being a mom and, trying to work from home and doing all the other things that, I have to do, by the end of the day, I'm exhausted, and so if I try to put something off until the end of the day, more than likely, that's important. More than likely, I'm going to just be like, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. I'm just going to do it tomorrow. I'm just going to do it tomorrow. And probably the same cycle is going to continue over and over and over. So I challenge y'all a little bit to maybe look more into detail about the 5-second rule. And I made a video last week that I was talking about the 5-second rule as well. It's really, really amazing. I know Mel Robbins, she has a couple ways that you can, you could obviously buy one of her books or listen to her on Audible or follow her on YouTube. I really like to start my days off by doing one of those things, listening to an Audible, a book on Alexa is where I listen to them, or listening or watching YouTube or whatever it is. If you do those things, I'll make sure that you don't get too deep into it and then not get stuff done. Because that's another thing. On YouTube and TV and all that can be kind of evil sometimes. And the fact that you were like, okay, just one more. I'm just going to watch one more. Delegating a certain amount of time, I guess, in the day, or making that your morning ritual or maybe your nightly ritual, doing a time slot is better. So you don't get wrapped into that. And, you get things accomplished. So I'm going to check into the chat. Hello, Crystal from Rosie's Closet. How are you, my dear? My sweet friend. And I see Valerie Hickory Springs has stopped by to say hello. Hello, ladies. How's everybody's weekend? I was just rambling on and on about the 5-second rule. If you're just catching up, feel free to go back at a later time in the day and listen to my ramblings. Oh, there's my dog. My dog always coming and trying to say hello. Go on, babe. Go on. Go on. Go on. So yeah, this weekend was amazing. I'm probably gonna do. I really need to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and finish editing some of my vlogs or the kind of day-to-day things or just being a mom. I absolutely love being a mom. I think it's amazing. And this weekend was a great weekend, even though there was a few power issues that went on around here at sort of some strange hours. The power went out Saturday night, but I'll get to that. We went to the circus earlier that day, which was really awesome. We got free tickets, decided to go. It was fun. It was really fun and cool, and I really love and enjoy watching my youngest, who's 7. And we've been to the circus before, but it's just been so long that he doesn't really remember. But it's really neat to see the expressions on his face and to really take in that moment and realize that he's also taking in that moment. That, that's probably going to be something that he remembers. Like I remember, doing things like that. And I know that you can't always, things cost money, and like, gosh, you go to the circus and you buy cotton candy and it's $25 cotton candy. We didn't buy cotton candy, but there were plenty of things that were way too expensive. I couldn't even believe it. I was like, ooh, sure, free tickets. And you're going to have to give your blood on your way out because it's the only form of payment you'll be able to do since they're going to rape you. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it was cool. The circus was cool. Even though we had a few little issues with some other kids behind us kicking hardcore. Man, to all you parents, and I don't know if there's any in here, I'm going to rant for half a second. You go and you take your kid in a public place. Watch your kid. Like, teach them how they need to act in life, because I know that they probably don't want anybody kicking their seat. The part that bugged me is I was getting kicked, and I was getting kicked not only in my seat, but in my shoulder, and right on the other side is my pacemaker. So I wish that people would be a little more mindful that we don't know anybody's situation, and like my kids, I would never allow them to do that. Like they'd be sitting in my lap, or we'd be going out in the hallway and waiting until they can find, reality check and an attitude adjustment. I'm that mom that, I'm not even going to tolerate it. My kids don't act like that in public, and there's a reason, because they know that is not going to happen. You ain't going to run amok. Nope. For sure not. Hickory says, love your hat. I wear mine for bad hair days. Yeah, I remember one of the first videos I watched of you, Valerie, you were wearing a hat. And I thought it was so cute. And that was one of the reasons why I had actually subbed to you, because I was like, she's pretty cute. I mean, of course, but your video was awesome too. But I just thought you were nice and sweet. And you're there's a lot of people who speak very highly of you around here in the reseller community. Mountain Bush Crafter Alliance MBA is in the house. Welcome, welcome. It costs to breathe now. Oh, speaking of welcome, welcome, I just kind of had an aha moment. So those of you that know Destiny from the Shamrock Pixie, she says, welcome, welcome to everybody. And I just love her. I wanted to maybe send some good vibes her way, friends, or prayers or whatever it is, send that energy to her, because she is having surgery today. And she should have actually gone in about 30 minutes ago. So please send some good vibes. It's not a life-threatening type of surgery that she's having done, but any surgery that happens, there's a chance that complications could happen, and she's a really amazing person. I talked to her for almost 2 hours yesterday, and I'm so appreciative of her friendship, and even Tommy, her husband, They're amazing, amazing people. So I definitely want to send good vibes and well wishes her way. If you guys know her, you know that she's amazing. She truly is an amazing girl. So please send your vibes. Let's see direction. Oh, I got my directions all messed up. It is beautiful out today. You can't really, the window is really, really bright, but it's pretty nice out. It looks to be getting a little cloudy. I'm in Colorado. Winter in Colorado. It's cold. It definitely is deceiving, though, a lot. Hey, Lady Voodoo Ninja. Hello, welcome. Thank you for stopping by during my motivational Monday, even though motivation is absolutely, positively hard to find some days. And that's why the 5-second rule is something y'all should do. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, that means you haven't watched the beginning of the video. And after this is published, those just hopping in now, feel free to go to the front. Go to the front of the line. Feel free to watch the replay. I have a little angle going on here. Light a white candle for her. Yeah, I love her so much. She's so amazing. She is my shiz. It's funny how you can connect so much to somebody that's so many miles away or states away, and we have a lot in common. So I definitely hope that she is all right. It's cold and icy today. Yeah, I think it's cold in probably a lot of places. Maybe not. I don't know. I like paying attention to the weather and doing all those things, but see, I totally had a squirrel moment and didn't even finish telling you about my weekend. What a goober. It's cool. I'm just over here losing my marbles. Yeah, so after we went and had our family day to the circus, which was amazing, we come home and the power went out a few hours later. We all colored together. It was cool. We were coloring like adult type of coloring books, or my son was coloring wolf or something. Where's the one that he colored? I should show you. We like art around here. Art therapy is really awesome, and maybe that's a topic for a whole nother video, but I've done a lot of therapy in my time. Apparently I got a lot going on up here. No, I think therapy can be beneficial for anybody. I think sometimes certain things that work for somebody doesn't work for somebody else, and you just got to kind of find what works for you. Art therapy is cool for me because I love art, but also it's sort of a way to express myself and get things out instead of just always keeping it up here, and kind of brewing. And I think resentment is poison, really, truly. And I also think it's pretty killer to just shove things back, so it's good to somehow have an outlet. And it's a lot too is taking that time to self-care for yourself. Even when life is really, really busy, taking 15 minutes a day is, to just kind of collect your thoughts or do something that you want to do really does improve, a lot of things. Can't change the past, and you can't change the future, but you can change right now. I know a lot of people, and I used to be terrible about this, worrying about the past, or reliving the past, kind of letting it affect the future, or even worrying so much about the future that you kind of forget to be here in the present You can't do anything about tomorrow. There's nothing you could do about tomorrow right now. So why don't you do something about today? I always tell my kids, I'm like, we get so stressed about, maybe, let's say for them, it'd be test day. They'd have, they go to a charter school. It's very academic. It's hard. It's hard. I get lost in trying to help them. That's how hard it is. And, we're talking second grade homework. I'm like, I don't even know what this word is. I'm like, thank goodness for Google. Holy moly. Some of the things they teach these kids. I always tell them, there's nothing that they'll be worried about a test tomorrow. There's nothing that you can do about it right now, except for obviously you can study and prepare yourself and do all those things, but it's not happening, right at this second. You're just kind of getting yourself all amped up, and wasting time worrying about something that isn't right now, when you need to maybe put your energy in a better way and take care of the things that you can do now in preparation for tomorrow. Wise words, right? Who knew? Put a one in the chat if you're ready for spring. Girl, I love spring. I love all the color changes. I also love that garden season. We have kind of a shorter growing season here in Colorado. I'm at a much lower elevation than places in the mountains where they get snow and, it stays till June. But I'm excited for this season because there was a lot of kind of trial growing templates and things that we tried last summer. And I took a lot of time to kind of prepare and research more so about certain things that I wanted to grow, vegetables and stuff. And I want it to be, I tried to make it so there's not a bunch of chemicals and all these things, a little more natural, I guess. And I wasn't able to do a lot of the hard labor or do a huge amount of a garden because I had my surgery towards the beginning of that summer, and so it just wasn't possible. So I'm really excited and itching to get my hands in the dirt and plant some stuff. I got to start them in the windows, especially my pumpkins. I think I'm going to attempt again pumpkins this year. Last year, I put them in a bad spot in the yard. And the year before that, they roasted. So I'm going to go and put them in the same type of watering system that I have a bunch of my vegetables in. I'm pretty excited. I'm trying to figure out how I could do a video. I guess if I make the other buckets, then I could do that. So yeah, that'd be cool. I'm excited. I'm excited for spring. I'm excited for storm season, even though, again, the power is going to go out. I don't know why the power went out on Saturday. That was crazy. It was so dark, and the kids were like panicked about it. But it was cool because it sort of forced us all to hang out, like, kind of in silence, without having a whole bunch of things, the TV blaring or whatever it was. And they didn't really want to go to bed because it was too quiet. My daughter likes to sleep with the fan. And so I told them, well, you know what? We'll just stay up until the power comes back on. And everybody in the house pretty much didn't make it, except for, well, even my daughter, she was like, I can't do it, Mom, and went, started to go to bed, and then the power came right back on. I was all in the bathroom, using the bathroom when the power came back on. And so I had like the flashlight in there, and I didn't realize that the power had come back on until like 5 minutes later. I come out of the bathroom, I'm washing my hands in the dark, and I open the door and the power's on. I was like, oh, okay. And then yesterday we watched, well, I got a lot done in trying to reorganize a whole bunch that was going on in my desk area. And I was yesterday morning trying to list clothes. That didn't go so well, and I really should have applied the 5-second rule, which is what I'm going to do today. I'm just going to get it done, and I'm going to do it in ways that aren't going to overwhelm me, by doing it in batches. I don't like to do it, and I'm never going to find motivation to list clothes. I'm just not. Well, maybe some of y'all laughing at me, I don't know. Like, she's crazy. She should list clothes. You should get into Poshmark. Do all these things. It's just not me. I don't like it. And I think it's a lot because I think it's a lot more work. And I'm also not a fashionista. I buy stuff for myself or for anybody I buy stuff for. Based on a visual aspect or a feel, I've been bargain shopping forever. I've just never really honestly thought too hard about the prices they're selling. And if I had a big, basement or a big room or something where I could have all these racks up and do all these things and have mannequins, then maybe I would be more okay with it. But I'd rather buy the clothes and wear them than buy clothes and list them. So I just do just a little bit. And I made the mistake of buying too many the last time, and I'm having a hard time finding the motivation to do it. So I just need to have a woo-saw moment and go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and just get it done. Because I need to. I mean, that's money sitting there. How silly is that, right? Silly. I've been reselling hard goods for so long that, I kind of just have it under control and something that's pretty easy for me to do. So listing anything else is, besides what I'm used to or even hunting for, is not my preference. I give a lot of people props who do it, though. I mean, there's some good money in listing clothes. If you're into it, there's some good money in it. For real. I just like to do things. I mean, this is my business, so I get the choice of what I want to list and what I want to deal with. And with, expanding my income streams by taking on Amazon, getting myself stressed out to list things that I don't want to list is probably not a good idea for me. So, we can do a private working hangout to motivate each other. I would love that. I would love that so much. I know that Beth really, really likes you, Valerie, so much. And I love Beth. To anybody who doesn't know that, well, y'all must be new. I was threatening people the other day. You can't be my friend if you don't go to 10 of Hearts and subscribe to her. Okay? Yeah, anybody in here, go to 10 of Hearts on YouTube, and you subscribe to her. Okay? Or I might have to unsubscribe from you. I really like her a lot. So much. She's so awesome. I'd be down to do a working hangout, though, for real, Valerie. I am down, girl. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know what you got going on tomorrow, but I usually like to do working hangouts. I'm going to stick with my motivational Mondays or my lives on Mondays in being just about chatting and the things that are in my head and kind of the tools that I've learned through the many moons of therapy I have done. So, because I'm a whack job, y'all will get some tools on how to not be like me. I'm going to show that. Oh, yeah, awesome. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Yeah. I always forget about that, about just dropping the thing in the side. Made some mistake. Hello, best friend in your thread. Hello, I am so glad that there's a best friend in my thread now. How are you? How are you? How was your weekend? I'm adjusting my socks over here. Don't want to show you too close. You might see my furry legs. I could probably give a man a toupee for his with as much hairs on my legs. I know it was hot, right? It was hot. It was hot. I'm sure that like 20 people just unsubscribed. Oh, speaking of which, I hit 200. Yay! And I'm going to start doing giveaways. Yay! So stay tuned for a video about that. Yay! I was really excited about that. And I'm not, necessarily all about the numbers, but it's I had these goals written down December 31st, and one of them was like to have 10,000 watch time by the end of the year, and I'm pretty sure I passed that probably by today. I think I did. So I'm really just humbled and grateful that there's been so many people to take time out of their busy day to come watch my shenanigans and my craziness. When I'm cleaning, I watch Matt. I don't know how to say the last name. Is that somebody, a motivational person? I'll have to look into that. I love listening to motivational speakers. All kinds of them. Will Smith. Will Smith is another person I absolutely love to listen to. Howie Mandel. Howie Mandel is an incredible man, and him and I have a lot of, well, I don't know about a lot, but we have a few things in common. And so I really, really appreciate him in the fact that he's gone out, and basically told the world that, he's OCD and he's a germaphobe. Well, I'm like that too, maybe to not the extreme that he's at, but I used to be, about certain things, and it never goes away, but there are tools, and things that he has learned, and that I have learned to be able to cope with some of these things. People think that it's just easy enough to go to therapy and you'll be fixed in something, and it doesn't work like that. Things don't necessarily just go away, and there's nothing wrong with needing help. I wish that there was more access to mental health for everybody, because, like, for example, I remember when I moved back here to Colorado from Kansas, and I was trying to get things back together and trying to find a therapist, and I had to, at the time I was on medication, and I had to get that refilled. Well, the soonest appointments that they could do were like 8 weeks out, and that to me is insane. Like that is not, you have to jump hoops. Like, you have to go and get a referral and do all that, and it's crazy, because I think it should be treated with a quickness, mental health, like other things, because it can be life-threatening to some, so yeah, I think that there's a lot of really cool people that have brought awareness. Some of these motivational speakers, that Mel Robbins and Tony Robbins and Gary Vee, and there's so many of them. They've all, these people we look at and we think, oh my gosh, they're so successful, they're so amazing. Like, they've all had problems, and some of the most successful people have been through some rough shit. Excuse my language, but they really have. And I know that everybody in this chat right now has been through something that is hard. When you feel down and you feel like you can't, get out of bed, like, the thing that I'll do is I do one thing. I don't worry about the whole day. I just worry about the first step, and that's sitting up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit up, get up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move the legs. And I know that it seems stupid, that it seems so silly, like this girl in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But Mel Robbins is right. Like, don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did that kind of thing with my son for a really long time. We would count to 10 and we'd start at 1 and go all the way up to 10. Well, what he would do is he would rush through it. He'd be like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Done, Mom. Again. Took my 10 breaths in. And when we started the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and we started to count backwards, even with breaths, when he needs to calm down, you're going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your brain immediately doesn't feel like it has to rush. It feels almost like an accomplishment, like you made it, and your brain is a funny organ in the fact of how it functions and how, really your own worst enemy in the fact that you talk yourself out of things so easy. Like I used to be a lister. I would list to make a list, meaning that, I would write on a note to self to make a list to do all these things. And although that's a great idea to be organized, I kept putting off the things that were the worst. I would try to find time to do it. And what really changed in my life and, was kind of prioritizing what is important and what is needed to be done, and getting the stuff I don't want to do necessarily done first in the day, and then writing down when I accomplish that. I know that seems kind of silly. Like literally you get up, write down, you can't find motivation, you're feeling depressed and you don't want to do anything in the world and you feel like a loser. Get up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sit your ass up. Excuse my language, but and jump in the shower, do whatever, read a book or something, and write it down somewhere, even just on a note. I showered today, I read a book today. Like, you'd be surprised at kind of the effect, the ripple effect, or the what a snowball going down the hill effect it has if you just start one thing. You can restart your day at any time too. Don't ever forget that, ever. I'm going to catch up here in the chat, and then I know I haven't been paying too much great detail. I'm usually better about it, but I have to keep this live short. My son and I literally have to leave in like 20 minutes. I've grounded myself until I get 50 more listings on eBay. Good for you, Valerie. Good for you. Do it, girl. Do it. Get it done. Don't be overwhelmed at the big number. Just get it done. Start. And I used to write, when I would do my goals, I would write my goal for the week, and then kind of do a countdown. I had 50, 40, 30, 20. I changed that, and it's kind of sort of helped, where I have a little, and I actually got it from Beth. Speaking of which, in the bullet journaling, she fills in a little stencil or colors in a little stencil when she sells something or, accomplishes something. And I love that. Instead of going, I need to make, whatever it is, 2,000 in sales, or I need to do 50 listings. Instead now I make a little mark, or, I do a little tally mark. She has a really big, beautiful book. I have it more on a smaller type of spectrum. I changed a lot of the front pages in a planner that I got. I have all kinds of different little pages. I got all those ideas from Beth, like this for me. So I have a little to-do list that I do between eBay stores, Amazon, YouTube, social media. And I, for my listings, I tally mark it up. It was killing me to be like, because I would feel like a failure, if I was all, okay, 50. Oh, well, didn't make it to 50. And then once I sort of switched that, it really helped. But the saying is true that you truly can do anything you put, your mind to, but also move to. You have to get up and do it. Like I said, moral of this whole entire story today is there's going to be things you'll never find motivation to do. So you need to just do it. Really, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get off your butt and do it. No better time than today. Right. He's a choreographer on YouTube. Cool. Best friend in your thread. Preach, yeah! Happens all the time to people. Totally agree. I'm fighting our insurance right now for my son. Ridiculous. So ridiculous, right? It's crazy to me how hard so many things are. Like, my motivation, the one thing that never goes away, the fire that never, the flame that never goes away in me is helping those, or spread the word and get some of the things in, that need to be, that are, I don't know if awkward is the best word, but the things that nobody necessarily wants to talk about, or things that people don't know, about. Like, for me living life with a pacemaker, there are so many. I guarantee you that person kicking me behind me obviously had no idea that I had a pacemaker. But it just shows that we need to be more mindful, because we don't know what's going on with everybody else around us. Instead of being so pissed all the time, at everybody, like, maybe those parents behind me, they're just had such a rough day trying to get the kids ready and all that and all those things. They did stop, and all it took was, us to say something a couple times. But I don't know their situation. I remember being, when my kids were smaller and going to things like that, how hard it was. And the best way, honestly, to get your kids to figure out a whole lot about life is to take them in those situations. Just, you may have a child that's over, maybe they're extra hyper, or, whatever it is. You can't just shelter them, because that's going to teach them nothing at all. So, basically just to kind of, be a little more mindful of others. And it's good to be selfish and take care of yourself first, but you can't be a train and just run over everybody in the process. I need to go back and rewatch this and pull out all the good quotes, all the good moments. Funny. All right. I would love to talk some more. But I gotta wrap this up. I appreciate every single one of you. I know that there will be times that I will go live. I'd really like to do a working live on my channel, and then I also like to make sure to do a working live on somebody else's. Spread the love, man. Spread the love. So if you're ever interested in doing a working live on either my channel or yours, feel free to leave a comment below, or if you're still in the chat, or you can message me on Instagram. My Instagram is Life of Kimberly. And as always, make sure to subscribe, like this video, or dislike it. I hope that you like it. I think there was lots of good nuggets in there, and I'm pretty proud of myself, people. I'm helping America. I'm helping everybody in it, all over the world, find their marbles. Yep. One marble at a time, or at least try to get their ducks maybe towards the pond. I know it's real hard to keep all the ducks in the pond and get them all in a row. We're just not even going to worry about getting your ducks in a row. We're just going to worry about them going to the right direction. Right direction. To the pond they need to go. Much love to every single one of you. Thank you so much for everybody who came to chat with me. I see Rogue Exploration just showed up. Hello. You have to rewatch. Thank you for stopping by. And don't forget that next Monday I will be live, as always, for your Move Your Ass Mondays, noon Mountain Standard Time, right here from my living room. Hope everybody has an amazing week. Be respectful of others. Be mindful. You ain't the only person on this planet. And don't forget, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get your ass a moving. Peace out, y'all. Bye.